2. Your fight isn't for you, it's for generations. Right now, you may be facing battles that seem overwhelming, the kind that drain your energy, test your patience, and make you question why you should even keep going. But let me tell you something important. Your fight is not just for you, it's for generations. The struggles you're pushing through, the barriers you're breaking, and the chains you're dismantling are creating a ripple effect far greater than you can imagine. This isn't just a fight for survival, it's a fight for spiritual growth, for transformation, and for a future where freedom and hope are possible for those who come after you. The battles you're facing right now, whether they're about overcoming cycles of poverty, fear, trauma, or self-doubt, are the same battles your ancestors may have fought but didn't have the tools to overcome. You were chosen to carry this fight because you have the strength, resilience, and courage to break those chains. The weight you feel on your shoulders? That's the weight of history being rewritten through you. Every step forward you take, even when it feels small or insignificant, is shifting the trajectory for not just your life, but for those who will come after you. Think about it this way. The courage you're showing in your fight is inspiring others, even those you don't realize are watching. You might think no one sees your struggle, but your resilience has a ripple effect. It might encourage a sibling, a friend, or even a stranger to stand up and fight their battles too. The strength you're building right now will serve as a foundation for future generations to walk paths filled with greater ease, freedom, and hope. This isn't just about you, it's about legacy. Take a moment to reflect on a modern example. Think of someone who grew up in poverty and worked tirelessly to get an education, build a career, and create opportunities that their parents and grandparents never had. Their fight wasn't just for a better life for themselves. It was to create a path so their children and grandchildren wouldn't have to start from the same place. That's what you're doing. You're paving a road where there wasn't one before, and that road will change lives you'll never even see. So, I ask you this. What legacy do you want to leave? What breakthroughs are you fighting for, not just for yourself but for others who will follow in your footsteps? When the fight feels hard, when it feels endless, remember that you're not just changing your life, you're creating a ripple effect that will touch lives in ways you can't even comprehend. Every victory you achieve today, no matter how small, echoes into the future. Your fight matters. Your courage matters. Your spiritual growth is not just your own. It's shaping the lives of those who will come after you. Keep going. What you're building is bigger than you. It's eternal, it's transformational, and it's worth every moment of the fight. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need these great values. Let's continue this conversation and go deeper into what these values really mean. Chosen ones, if this video found you, then God is telling you to fight until. Many are called, but few are chosen. This timeless quote reminds us that life's greatest challenges are often reserved for those who carry the strength to overcome them. Welcome to Spiritual Wisdom, where today's message is for the warriors, the dreamers, and the fighters, the chosen ones. If this video has found you, it's no coincidence. It's a sign, a call to rise above, to fight not just until you win, but until you transform into the unstoppable force you were meant to be. So tell me, what battles are you fighting? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Share this message with someone who needs it, and let's journey together toward purpose, growth, and unshakable resilience. Let's dive in. 1. You were designed to break systems, not follow them. The truth is, you were never designed to follow the crowd or blend into the mold society has so carefully crafted. That deep, gnawing feeling that something doesn't align within you, that this world, with its rigid systems and hollow expectations, doesn't make sense to your soul, was never a mistake. It's your spiritual compass, a divine signal that you were born not to conform, but to confront and transform. You were meant to break through the flawed systems that others blindly accept and reshape the world in a way that reflects truth, freedom, and fairness. The world loves its comfort zones and clings tightly to routines and traditions, even when they no longer serve humanity. But you see the cracks in the foundation that others pretend aren't there. You hear the silent cries of a broken narrative and feel the heavy weight of systems that crush more than they elevate. That sense of unease, that feeling of being different, is not a curse, it's your spiritual calling. People may have labeled you as rebellious, difficult, or even a troublemaker, but they fail to see the brilliance of your design. Those very traits that others misunderstand are the ones that make you unstoppable. Systems don't like people like you because you remind them of their flaws. You disrupt the status quo, challenge the lies, and expose the truth others are too afraid to face. But let's be honest, this path isn't easy. Being chosen for this mission often feels like a lonely road. It can be exhausting and at times isolating, making you question why you were given this burden. But it's not a burden, it's a gift, a divine assignment. You weren't placed here to settle for mediocrity or simply fit in. Your spiritual awakening is meant to guide you to rebuild what is broken, to create paths where there were none, and to inspire others to break free from their own chains. The loneliness you sometimes feel? It's a reminder that pioneers often walk alone before others follow. When the world tries to box you in, when people ask, "Why can't you just go with the flow?" Know this: you weren't designed for their flow. You are here to rise, to challenge, and to create extraordinary change. In today's modern world, where conformity is celebrated and critical thinking is scarce, your role is more important than ever. The world needs people who can see past the facade, who can bring innovation, justice, and authenticity to systems that no longer serve the betterment of humanity. Keep fighting, even when you feel like everything is against you. Because the truth is, you were born for this moment. Systems that seek to suppress you, they don't stand a chance against the power of your awakened spirit. Embrace your calling and continue to build the extraordinary future you were destined to create. Comment below, "I choose to move forward," as your affirmation on this incredible journey. 3. Unlocking Heaven's Agenda on Earth. If you found this message, it's not by coincidence, it's a divine signal. You are a chosen one, called to fight a battle that is far bigger than you can imagine. This fight isn't just about overcoming personal struggles or achieving individual success. It's about unlocking Heaven's agenda on Earth. Let me remind you of this profound truth. He who has a reason to live can bear almost any how. Friedrich Nietzsche's words resonate deeply here, because your purpose behind your battle is cosmic in nature. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, why am I going through this? The answer is simple, yet powerful. You are a vessel chosen to bridge the gap between the spiritual and the physical, between heaven and earth. Every challenge you face, every setback that feels insurmountable, is part of a divine plan. You're not fighting for survival, you're fighting to fulfill a sacred mission. God is working through you to bring transformation, healing, and revival, not just in your life, but across communities, nations, and even generations. Your perseverance, your resilience, your willingness to rise every time you fall, these are the keys that unlock the impossible. Think about it. What if the battles you're enduring now are preparing the way for someone else's breakthrough? What if your strength today becomes the inspiration for another tomorrow? Have you considered how your story could be the spark that ignites change in someone else's life? Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase, said Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Right now, You may not see the entire picture, and that's okay. Faith isn't about seeing, it's about trusting. Trust that every tear, every struggle, and every ounce of energy you pour into this fight is shifting something in the spiritual realm. You're not just fighting for your personal victory. You're fighting to manifest God's divine blueprint here on earth. With every step you take forward, you're moving closer to a reality where the impossible becomes possible. How empowering is that thought? But let's be real, this journey is not easy. There will be moments when the load feels unbearably heavy, when giving up seems like the easiest option. In those moments, remember this. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Nelson Mandela's wisdom serves as a reminder that your strength lies in your ability to rise again and again. You are not alone in this fight. God's hand is upon you, guiding you, empowering you, and aligning your steps with a divine order that will ripple across the earth. Can you feel it? Can you sense the magnitude of the calling on your life? You are part of a sacred order designed to reshape history, to bring healing to broken communities, and to stir up revival that will echo through time. Your battles are not just for you. They are paving the way for others to walk in freedom, strength, and spiritual wisdom. Every obstacle you overcome is proof that heaven's agenda is unfolding through you. Take a moment to reflect. What if the weight you're carrying is the very thing God is using to strengthen you, to prepare you for a higher purpose? What if your fight today is setting the stage for miracles tomorrow? The truth is, you were never meant to fight alone. Your fight is part of something much greater, a cosmic battle that is shifting paradigms and ushering in divine transformation. So keep fighting, keep believing, keep standing in faith, because your victory is not just yours, it belongs to humanity. Remember, with God, all things are possible. What will you do today to step into the fullness of that promise? How will you embrace the spiritual wisdom you're being called to share? The world is waiting for your light. Don't let the weight of the fight dim it. Keep going. Choose one. Heaven is moving through you. And if you feel inspired by this message, type "I trust the process" as a way to affirm your strength, patience, and commitment to growth. Let's grow together. Four, your struggles are blueprints, not punishments. Your struggles are not random occurrences or punishments sent to weigh you down. They are divine instructions written in the ink of pain, failure, and frustration, carefully placed in your path to shape you into the person you're meant to be. It's easy to feel defeated, to question why the storms seem relentless. But understand this. Life doesn't place battles before those who have nothing to fight for. Each heartbreak, setback, and difficulty is part of a spiritual awakening designed to carve out the resilience, strength, and wisdom that your purpose demands. You can't pray the struggle away or sidestep the process. The only way is through. Without the storms, you'd never learn how to navigate rough waters. Without the fire, you wouldn't discover how deeply you can endure. Every trial you face is equipping you with tools you'll need for the road ahead. A road that leads not just to your fulfillment, but to the impact you're meant to make in the lives of others. It's vital to see your struggles as proof of your calling, rather than evidence of your defeat. Those moments of deep pain and confusion are preparing you for a purpose that's greater than anything you can see right now. The things you've survived, the lessons you've earned through hardship, will become your greatest weapons. One day, they will serve as a light for others who are walking through their own darkness. This is your preparation, not your punishment. Just as a diamond is formed under immense pressure, you are being refined and shaped into someone capable of carrying out a mission that requires spiritual strength and clarity. In today's world, where quick fixes and instant gratification are glorified, it's easy to believe that struggles are setbacks rather than stepping stones. But if you look deeper, you'll see that the greatest leaders, the most inspiring figures, and even the people you admire have all been through fire to come out stronger. Your journey is no different. The process may be painful, and it might test your limits, but trust that it's building you for something far beyond what you can imagine. When you feel tempted to give up, remember, the struggle is not the end, it's the foundation. Every challenge is teaching you endurance, wisdom, and perspective that can only come through adversity. So hold your head high, keep fighting, and trust the process, because God is not punishing you, He's preparing you. Your struggles are building you into the person you were always meant to be, and through that, you'll not only find your purpose, but also inspire others to find theirs. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your perspective on the importance of this value? Share your insights and let's continue this conversation. 5. Isolation is God's workshop. When you find yourself in seasons of isolation, it may feel like you've been left behind, forgotten, or even punished. Those nights that stretch on forever, the prayers that seem to echo in silence, and the absence of anyone who truly understands what you're going through can feel unbearable. But I want to remind you of this. Those moments of solitude are not voids. They are sacred spaces, divine workshops, where God is quietly but powerfully working on you. When you're chosen, isolation isn't loneliness, it's preparation. It's in these times of silence and stillness that your true growth takes place. Think of a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble. It may feel harsh, even painful, but every chip is shaping you into the masterpiece you were destined to become. The noise of the world cannot refine you the way silence can. In this quiet, God is strengthening your spirit, refining your character, and giving you tools that you'll need to fulfill the purpose He has placed in your heart. Let me share a story that might resonate with you. There was a young woman who dreamed of starting a business that would inspire others. For years, she felt stuck in a season of isolation, no recognition, no resources, and no one to cheer her on. She would pray for opportunities, but it seemed like nothing was happening. What she didn't realize was that her time in the workshop was preparing her for the challenges ahead. She learned patience through her struggles, developed resilience by facing her fears alone, and gained clarity on her mission when she had no distractions. When her breakthrough finally came, she was equipped not just to succeed, but to thrive because of the lessons she learned in solitude. Had she not experienced that season of isolation, she wouldn't have been ready to step into her calling. Ask yourself this: what if your current silence is not the absence of answers, but the presence of preparation? Could it be that God is clearing away the distractions of the world to help you focus on your spiritual growth and align with your higher purpose? When you look at it this way, isolation becomes less of a burden and more of an opportunity. What lessons are waiting for you in the silence? What strengths are being built within you during this quiet season? Every unanswered prayer and every lonely night are not signs of abandonment. They are signals that God is getting ready to launch something extraordinary in your life. This time is meant for your spiritual growth, to deepen your faith, and to discover the strength and wisdom you'll need for the road ahead. So don't despise the silence. Embrace it. Instead of fighting it, lean into it. Allow it to shape you, refine you, and prepare you for the greatness that is coming. The lesson here is simple but profound. Isolation is not the end of the journey, but the beginning of transformation. What seems like silence is the voice of God saying, "I am working on you because I see something extraordinary in you. Trust the process, be patient, and know that every moment of solitude is part of a divine plan to make you stronger, wiser, and ready to fulfill your calling." If you agree with this message, Comment below. I attract positive energy, and let's continue the journey together. 6. Rejection is protection for the chosen. Rejection is not what it seems. It often feels like a harsh blow, a cruel twist of fate that leaves you questioning everything. It feels like the world is slamming doors in your face just to see you struggle. But let me tell you this. Rejection is one of God's greatest and most misunderstood forms of protection. When you're chosen, God is not simply concerned with where you are now. He sees the grander picture, the future version of you that you may not yet understand. That's why you didn't get that job, that relationship, or that opportunity. It's not because you weren't good enough. It's because those things weren't good enough for who you're becoming. They didn't align with your purpose or your spiritual wisdom. Think about it. How often do we chase after things that look good but are not truly good for us? The world is full of traps disguised as blessings, and not every open door leads to growth. Not every smiling face is meant to walk beside you on your journey. Rejection is often God's way of redirecting you away from something that could derail your purpose. What feels like a closed door is, in reality, a shield saving you from heartbreak, wasted time, or even situations that could rob you of your divine destiny. As Steve Maraboli wisely said, "Every time I thought I was being rejected from something good, I was actually being redirected to something better." Still, let's not sugarcoat it. Rejection hurts. It's a sting that goes deep, touching parts of you that you didn't even know could feel pain. It's lonely, it's humbling, and it can make you question your value. But here's the truth. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth. In fact, it's a sign that you're being set apart. When you're chosen, God carefully filters your life. He removes anything or anyone that doesn't align with your calling. That's why people who don't understand your vision eventually fall away. That's why opportunities that once seemed perfect suddenly vanish. It's not punishment, it's preparation. God is refining you, molding you into the person you're meant to be. And here's the thing. Rejection is not failure. It's divine preservation. It's God's way of ensuring that only the best things that truly resonate with your purpose find their way into your life. The next time you feel the sting of rejection, take a moment and ask yourself, what is God protecting me from? That simple question can shift your entire perspective. The pain of rejection often pales in comparison to the disaster it prevents. So, my friend, don't let rejection break you. Let it strengthen you. Let it remind you that you are chosen, that you are part of a greater plan. Rejection is not the end of the story. It's a plot twist. You're not being denied. You're being redirected, refined, and preserved for something extraordinary. Remember the words of Rumi. Try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. And do not worry that your life is turning upside down. How do you know that the side you are used to is better than the one to come? What if this moment is God's way of positioning you for something far greater than you ever imagined? How can you embrace rejection as a tool for your spiritual growth and trust the process fully? 7. You are a light. That darkness will always attack. The struggles you face are not random or coincidental. They are targeted attacks on the spiritual awakening that is stirring within you. You are a force of light, destined to break chains, heal wounds, and spark transformation in a world that thrives on fear and ignorance. But here's the truth. Light, by its very nature, attracts darkness. And darkness, sensing your power, will try to extinguish you before you fully awaken. Think about it. Darkness doesn't attack those who pose no threat, those who remain hidden in the shadows. It focuses its energy on those who shine too brightly, disrupt the status quo, and dare to challenge the forces of fear and complacency. That's you. That's why you've felt under attack, why the weight of betrayal, failure, and doubt has felt unbearable at times. These aren't signs of weakness. They are proof of your strength. Every hardship you endure is an attempt to make you question your worth and your purpose. But here's the paradox. The more the darkness tries to suppress you, the more it fuels your inner light. Every betrayal refines your trust in yourself. Every failure sharpens your resilience, and every moment of doubt pushes you closer to clarity. Struggles are not here to diminish you. They are here to mold you into the unstoppable force you were always meant to be. Imagine steel being forged in fire. Your soul is being tempered for something greater than you can even comprehend right now. In modern life, it's easy to feel lost amidst chaos, to question whether the battles are worth fighting when the world seems so heavy. But remember this: the attacks you face are a spiritual confirmation of your purpose. The harder the battle, the greater the purpose. You're not just fighting for yourself. You're fighting for those who will be inspired by your light, for those whose lives will change because you dared to keep shining. So, when life feels overwhelming, don't retreat into the shadows. Remind yourself that you are not under attack because you're weak, but because you're destined to disrupt the darkness. Keep stepping forward, no matter how difficult the path may seem. Every victory, no matter how small, brings you closer to fulfilling a purpose that the darkness fears most. Never forget, light always wins. And as long as you refuse to give in, your light will continue to shine brighter, illuminating not only your path, but also the paths of those who walk behind you. You are chosen, and your spiritual awakening is unstoppable. Keep fighting, keep shining, and watch as the darkness falls away. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others. 8. The bigger the vision, the louder the doubts. When you carry a vision that feels larger than life, it's no surprise that doubts, both external and internal, become constant companions. You see, when your dreams stretch beyond what others can perceive, people will often misunderstand you. They might question your sanity, mock your ambition, or call your plans unrealistic. But here's the truth. Their doubts come from their inability to see what you see. Your vision isn't something tangible, yet it's spiritual, rooted in a deeper sense of purpose, and only you have been entrusted to bring it to life. The challenge lies in this disconnect. The world is trained to believe only in what it can see, measure, or touch, but your dream transcends those boundaries. It's bigger than the limits society has placed on itself, and that threatens the comfort zones of those around you. So instead of cheering you on, people may project their fears and insecurities onto you. But let's be real, the loudest doubts often don't come from the outside. They come from within. That inner voice can be relentless, can't it? It whispers questions designed to shake your confidence. What if I fail? Am I delusional for chasing this dream? Why does this feel so hard? That voice, that self-doubt, is often the most difficult to overcome because it feels so personal, so real. But here's what you need to understand. The very fact that your dream feels impossible is the evidence of its importance. You're not here to play small. You're here to create something extraordinary, something the world has never seen before. And yes, breaking new ground is hard. It's supposed to be. The resistance you feel, whether from others or yourself, is proof that you're moving in the right direction. Think about it. Have you ever seen a great inventor, artist, or entrepreneur who wasn't once called crazy? Take J.K. Rowling, for example. She faced rejection after rejection before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. People told her she was wasting her time, but she stayed true to her vision. Her journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it, because she believed in the world she had created long before anyone else did. And just like her, your vision lives inside you for a reason. It chose you. The doubts, the ridicule, and even your own fears are the friction of greatness, the resistance you must overcome to grow spiritually and bring your dream into the physical world. So, what will you do when those doubts creep in? Will you let them win? Or will you use them as fuel to push forward? Remember, every step you take toward your vision, no matter how small, silences those doubts a little more. You are not here to fit into the mold of what's already been done. You are here to build something the world never thought possible. That's your calling, and that's your responsibility. Don't let anyone, not even yourself, convince you otherwise. The lesson here is simple. Doubts are not your enemy. They're your confirmation that you're aiming higher than most dare to dream. The bigger the vision, the greater the resistance, and that's exactly how you know it's worth pursuing. So, the next time you feel those whispers of self-doubt, or hear the criticism of others, ask yourself, am I willing to let fear hold me back, or will I rise above it to fulfill my purpose? The choice is yours, and the world is waiting for what only you can bring. Keep going, because your spiritual growth and the lives you'll touch through your vision depend on it. Share your story, or simply type, "I am growing," if you're committed to using every moment to improve yourself. Let's keep this conversation going. I can't wait to hear your insights. Nine, comfort zones are a death sentence for the chosen. Let me tell you something. Choosing one rejection isn't the end of the road. It's the redirection your spirit needs to thrive. It's not punishment, and it's certainly not a reflection of your worth. No. Rejection is one of God's most profound forms of protection. Think about it. Every no you've faced, every door that slammed in your face, every opportunity that slipped through your fingers wasn't because you weren't good enough. It was because those things weren't aligned with the incredible purpose God has for you. As the saying goes, what's meant for you won't miss you. Rejection isn't a denial. It's divine intervention steering you towards something greater. When you're chosen, your journey is unique. God sees the bigger picture, the full, glorious masterpiece of your life, while you're focused on a single piece of the puzzle. Sometimes, the things you think you want, whether it's a job, a relationship, or even a dream you've held for years, are traps in disguise. Not every open door leads to blessings, and not every smiling face is a friend. That rejection you're struggling with, it may have saved you from heartbreak, wasted time, or even a path that would have drained your energy and derailed your calling. As Rumi said, try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. And do not worry that your life is turning upside down. How do you know that the side you are used to is better than the one to come? Yes, rejection stings, it pierces deep, reaching places you didn't know existed. It can leave you feeling lost, humiliated, and questioning everything. But here's the truth. Rejection is a sacred process of refinement. It's God's way of filtering your life, removing anything or anyone that doesn't align with your spiritual wisdom and higher purpose. Have you noticed how certain people disappear when you start growing? Or how some opportunities fade when you're on the verge of leveling up? That's not failure. It's grace. It's divine wisdom clearing the path for what's truly meant for you. When rejection comes, and trust me, it will not let it crush you. Instead, ask yourself this powerful question. What is God protecting me from? Let that question open your heart and shift your perspective. The answer is often more extraordinary than you could have imagined. You're not being rejected. You're being preserved, refined, and positioned for something far greater than your current view can comprehend. Remember the words of Napoleon Hill. Every adversity, every failure, every heartbreak carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So, choose one. Hold your head high and let rejection be your teacher. Let it build your resilience and strengthen your faith. Every closed door is preparing you for an open one that will blow your mind. Keep walking, keep fighting, and keep believing in the vision planted in your heart. What if this moment of rejection isn't a setback, but a setup for something divine? What if God is aligning the stars just for you? Stay in faith, and trust the process. Your spiritual wisdom will guide you to exactly where you need to be. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need these great values. Let's continue this conversation and go deeper into what these values really mean. 10. You'll face temptation that others don't. The temptations you face aren't ordinary, nor are they random. They're tailored to you, crafted with precision to target the very essence of your strengths, vision, and spiritual awakening. These struggles don't happen to everyone, because not everyone is chosen. You've been marked for greatness, a beacon of divine purpose in a world that often tries to dim your light. The enemy, whether external or the doubts within, doesn't waste its energy on those who pose no challenge. It focuses its effort on those who are destined to make an impact. That's you. You might look around and wonder, why do others seem to skate through life unburdened by the same challenges? It's because they aren't carrying the immense weight of purpose you are. They're not called to the same level of spiritual greatness that you are, and so they're not a threat. Your battles are deeply personal, and they're meant to hit where it hurts the most. The temptation to give up when the weight feels unbearable, the allure of shortcuts that compromise your integrity, or even the whispers that tell you your efforts are in vain. All of these are custom designed to test the fortitude of your spirit. These aren't just attacks on your character. They're attacks on your drive, your purpose, and the divine vision you carry. And here's the truth. Every temptation is more than an obstacle. It's an opportunity. It's a chance to rise above, to prove not just your strength, but the depth of your divine resilience. Every time you resist, every time you choose the harder, more righteous path over the easy and fleeting one, you solidify your position as a chosen warrior of light. Think of this as your spiritual training ground. Just as a master sculptor chisels away the rough edges of a masterpiece, every challenge you overcome is refining you, preparing you for the greatness ahead. Your resistance, your refusal to give in, becomes the evidence of your unstoppable nature. So when the road feels impossibly hard, when the weight of your struggle seems unbearable, know this. It's not because you're failing, it's because you're exactly where you're meant to be. The intensity of the battle is the clearest sign that you're on the path to fulfilling your divine purpose. In our modern world, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. The pressure to conform, to compromise, or to settle for less than your calling can be relentless. But remember, you are not like everyone else. You are a chosen one, set apart for a reason. Your spiritual awakening is not just a personal journey. It is a mission to bring light to others. So when temptations arise, see them for what they truly are, an acknowledgement of your power. Every time you resist, you prove that no force, no temptation, no struggle can pull you from the path you were meant to walk. Be strong, keep the faith, and fight with the knowledge that every step forward is a testament to the divine calling that has been placed on your life. Comment below, "I keep the faith," as your declaration on this amazing journey. 11. You will be misunderstood. Being misunderstood is one of the most challenging experiences for those who carry the weight of a divine calling. As a chosen one, you've likely poured your heart into sharing your vision, explaining your dreams, or expressing your deepest feelings, only to be met with blank stares, criticism, or even outright rejection. It stings, doesn't it? But here's the truth. This isn't happening because there's something wrong with you. It's happening because there's something extraordinary about you that others simply can't comprehend. You've been gifted with a unique perspective, a spiritual insight that sets you apart, and not everyone is equipped to see the world through your lens. The spiritual growth you're experiencing allows you to sense things deeply, to hear the subtle whispers of your soul that guide you toward your purpose. and that's not something everyone will understand. Think about it. How often do innovators, trailblazers, or spiritual pioneers get celebrated in the beginning? Rarely. Many of the most impactful individuals in history were misunderstood, doubted, or even ridiculed. Their vision was too advanced, their purpose too profound for people to grasp at the time. This isn't just history, it's happening to you now. You weren't designed to blend in or be universally understood. You're not here to conform to what the world expects. You're here to stand out, to walk a path that may feel lonely, but one that aligns with a higher purpose. That purpose didn't come with a crowd of cheerleaders. It came with a divine assignment tailored specifically for you. A calling so unique that others may not recognize its value until much later, if ever. I want to share a story with you. Picture a young artist pouring their soul into their work, paint splattered across a canvas, each stroke carrying a message only they can see. They show their creation to others, and instead of awe, they receive confusion. Some even criticize, telling them their art doesn't make sense. But years later, that same painting hangs in a gallery, praised for its depth and brilliance. The artist's vision didn't change. People's ability to understand it did. That's what it's like for you. Your purpose is like that masterpiece. It might not be appreciated now, but its value doesn't depend on others' immediate recognition. So, I'll ask you this. Who are you seeking validation from? Are you waiting for approval from those who don't have the capacity to understand your calling? If you are, it's time to stop. Your mission is not to convince anyone. It's to stay true to your path. The world may shake its head, but that doesn't mean you're wrong. In fact, being misunderstood is often the greatest proof that you're aligned with something far greater than yourself. It's okay to feel like an outsider, because that's what makes you different, and that difference is your strength. The lesson here is simple. Embrace the misunderstanding. Use it as a reminder that you're not walking an ordinary path. Every step you take in alignment with your purpose is a step toward fulfilling something bigger than the opinions of others. Spiritual growth isn't about fitting in, it's about standing firm, even when the world doesn't get it. Remember, you weren't chosen to fit in, you were chosen to lead, to inspire, and to transform. So keep going, even when it's hard, and trust that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. And if you feel inspired by this message, type "I trust the process" as a way to affirm your strength, patience, and commitment to growth. Let's grow together. 12. You will outgrow people, and it will hurt. If you found this message today, it's no accident God is calling on you to embrace your growth, even when it feels painful. Being one of the chosen ones comes with unique challenges, and one of the hardest is realizing that you will outgrow people along the way. The friends, family, and confidants you hold so dear may not be able to continue with you on this journey. Not because they are bad or unworthy, and certainly not because you're better than them, but because where you're going requires a version of you they might not recognize or be ready to accept. Growth is powerful, but it's also transformative, and transformation changes everything, especially relationships. At first, you might notice small shifts. Conversations that once felt vibrant now seem empty. Shared dreams no longer align, and the people who once felt like home may begin to feel like anchors holding you back. And yes, it will hurt. These are the people you've shared your laughter, tears, and most cherished memories with. But the reality is this: not everyone is meant to walk your path forever. Some people are only with you for a season, and that's okay. As Ecclesiastes says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven." Letting go doesn't mean you stop loving them. It means honoring the fact that their journey is different from yours. Ask yourself, Are you holding on to relationships that are no longer aligned with your purpose out of fear or guilt? The truth is, you can't carry everyone with you. The higher you climb, the thinner the air becomes, and not everyone is equipped to breathe at the altitude you're reaching. This is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you're stepping into your purpose and growing into the person God intended you to be. As the late Dr. Maya Angelou once said, "We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty." Your elevation requires shedding old layers, including relationships that no longer serve your highest good. Remember, letting go doesn't erase the love or the memories. It simply clears space for new connections, opportunities, and people who are aligned with your destiny. It's not easy, and there will be moments when you'll want to go back to the comfort of familiarity. But staying in a space you've outgrown only limits your potential. So I ask you this: will you choose to stay stagnant, or will you trust the spiritual wisdom within you and take the leap toward the life God is calling you to? Keep climbing, even when it feels lonely. Keep moving forward, even when it hurts. You are being prepared for something greater, and the sacrifices you make now are paving the way for the abundance that lies ahead. As you let go of what no longer serves you, remember to trust the process, embrace the pain, and know that every step you take is bringing you closer to your divine purpose. Keep fighting. You were chosen for this. If this message speaks to you, take it a step further and share it with someone who might need this reminder. Together, we can build connections rooted in honesty and respect. 13. Your victories will be quiet, but your impact will be loud. When you are one of the chosen, there's an important lesson you must embrace. Your victories won't always come with applause or recognition. They'll often happen in the quietest, loneliest moments of your journey. Late nights when no one is watching, silent decisions that shift the course of your life, or moments when you conquer fears and push beyond self-imposed limitations. These are the victories that matter most. Society tends to celebrate achievements that are loud and visible, but the chosen understand that the real battle is internal, fought in the heart and mind. These personal triumphs, though unseen by the masses, are powerful beyond measure. They shape your character, fortify your resilience, and prepare you for the greater purpose that's been placed on your life. The spiritual journey of a chosen one is not about seeking validation or waiting for the world to notice your effort. It's about staying true to your calling even when everything around you tempts you to give up. Each time you overcome doubt, silence your fears, and take another step forward, you are planting seeds of impact. You may not see the harvest immediately, but rest assured it's growing. Your quiet victories are like ripples in a pond. They expand outward, touching lives you may never meet and inspiring others in ways you'll never fully understand. Perhaps your resilience in the face of adversity gives someone else the courage to face their own struggles. Or maybe your unwavering commitment to your path shifts the trajectory of someone's life without you even realizing it. These moments, though invisible, are deeply spiritual acts that align you with your higher purpose. In modern life, where social media glorifies instant gratification and public recognition, it's easy to feel frustrated when your hard work goes unnoticed. But remember, as a chosen one, your journey is not about fitting into societal norms. It's about fulfilling a divine mission. You're not here to chase applause. You're here to create an enduring legacy. The changes you make within yourself, the strength, wisdom, and growth, become the foundation of the impact you leave on the world. Every quiet victory adds to the reservoir of energy and wisdom you'll draw upon to influence and uplift others. This is a spiritual awakening in its truest form, realizing that your worth and purpose don't depend on the world's validation, but on the profound change you're here to bring. So, don't wait for the world to clap for you. Instead, trust the process. Your impact is already unfolding in ways you can't yet see. Keep moving forward, keep fighting, and stay aligned with your calling. Every quiet victory is building a legacy that will speak louder than words, louder than applause, and louder than anything the world could ever offer. You are chosen for a reason. Trust that, and keep going. As we wrap up today's message, remember that this is no coincidence if this video found you. It's because you're meant to hear this. You are a chosen one, called to fight through challenges and step boldly into your divine purpose. Every obstacle is shaping you into the warrior you are destined to be. Now, it's time to take action. How will you embrace your calling? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your journey. Don't forget to subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom for more inspiration and guidance. Together, let's continue this path of growth, faith, and unstoppable determination. Your light is needed, and your time is now. See you in the next video. This is why chosen ones are alone, no friends, and no relationship. Solitude is the furnace of transformation. Henri Nouwen. Have you ever felt the weight of being alone, wondering why relationships just don't seem to last? If so, you may be a chosen one on a unique spiritual path. In today's video on Spiritual Wisdom, we'll uncover why those destined for a higher purpose often find themselves isolated, without friends or romantic connections. It's not because you're lacking. Your light is simply too powerful, illuminating truths that others might not be ready to face. Instead of feeling discouraged, use this solitude as a tool for personal growth and spiritual evolution. Comment below. Have you felt this in your own life? Share your story with us, and let's connect as a community. Together, we'll embrace our path, elevate our spirit, and rise into our true power. If you're a chosen one, this sense of isolation isn't by accident. It's deeply linked to your spiritual mission. Your inner light shines brighter than most, and this brilliance reveals the shadows hidden within others. It's not something you consciously do, but it's a natural effect of your energy. When your light meets the unhealed wounds in others, it can create discomfort, causing them to distance themselves. This is why you often find yourself alone with friendships that don't last, or relationships that seem to fall apart. Your presence serves as a mirror, reflecting back the parts of others they may not be ready to face. Instead of confronting their own struggles, people tend to retreat from the intensity of your energy. This solitude is not a punishment, but a necessary stage in your growth. Your spiritual path often requires walking alone, especially when others have yet to reach the same level of awareness. The more you elevate spiritually, the more you naturally attract individuals who resonate with your vibration. It's not about dimming your light to fit in. It's about continuing to rise, regardless of how isolating it may feel. This journey, though challenging, is preparing you for more profound, authentic connections with those who truly understand and value your essence. In a world where shallow connections are abundant, your spiritual mission calls for depth. It's about forming bonds with those who recognize and honor the light within you. Don't be tempted to fill the space with just anyone. Your energy is rare and deserves relationships that align with your higher purpose. This phase of solitude is temporary, but crucial for your spiritual evolution. Trust that the right people will enter your life when the time aligns, and until then, continue to nurture your light. If you resonate with this message and are ready to walk this path, comment, "I embrace my light" below. Your journey is special, and your light is powerful. Trust the process and shine on. Your spiritual awakening has elevated your vibrational frequency, transforming you into a beacon of light that naturally attracts others. However, this energy can become unbalanced. While people are drawn to your positivity, they may unconsciously drain your energy, leaving you feeling exhausted and struggling to form deep connections. It's not that you're incapable of relationships, It's about the dynamics of energy exchange. You tend to give so much that, over time, the imbalance makes it challenging to sustain relationships without feeling depleted. To navigate this, it's crucial to establish and maintain energy boundaries. Reflect on your energy flow. How much am I giving, and what am I receiving in return? Protecting your energy doesn't mean distancing yourself from others, but it does mean being intentional about the amount you allow people to take. By setting boundaries and surrounding yourself with those who can both give and receive, you'll find a healthier balance in your connections. This approach will support your spiritual growth while preventing burnout and loneliness. Your journey is unique, and mastering energy management is a vital part of building meaningful, uplifting relationships. How are you safeguarding your energy today? Are you ready to set boundaries that preserve your light and keep your energy vibrant? If you are, comment, "I'm protecting my energy," below this video. When you are chosen for a higher purpose, the universe often nudges you into a period of isolation, allowing you to concentrate on one essential task: inner transformation. In these moments of solitude, you are granted the space to reflect, confront past traumas, and reconnect with your authentic self. It's challenging to engage in this profound inner work when surrounded by distractions or lingering in relationships that hinder your growth. Solitude becomes essential, as it offers the quiet necessary to face and transform the parts of yourself that are ready to evolve. While loneliness may feel intense, it is in fact preparing you for a higher calling. This time apart is not about abandoning relationships permanently. It's about creating space for connections that resonate with your true essence. The healing process encourages you to release outdated patterns, beliefs, and attachments that no longer serve your spiritual evolution. Once you've undergone this transformation, you will be open to relationships that are genuine, supportive, and aligned with your purpose. If you find yourself feeling isolated, understand that this phase is not a setback, but a critical part of your spiritual journey. This period of solitude is shaping you into the person you are destined to become. When the healing concludes, the right people will effortlessly enter your life, reflecting the growth and authenticity you've cultivated. If this message speaks to your soul, comment, "Embrace the journey," to affirm your commitment to healing and attracting the connections meant for you. Remember, you are never truly alone. Your spiritual evolution is guiding you towards something far greater. You yearn for connections that are authentic, deep, and meaningful. Yet many people aren't prepared to meet you at that level. Shallow relationships leave you feeling unfulfilled because your soul craves something more profound, something that aligns with your true essence. As Albert Einstein once said, "Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds." Your unique and intense energy can be overwhelming for those who are still navigating the surface of life. This is why those who are called to a higher path often experience solitude. It's not a form of punishment, but rather a period of transformation, an opportunity to build inner strength and align with your higher purpose. As Rumi wisely expressed, "The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear." In this sacred quietness, you're given the chance to connect deeply with yourself, to attune to the whispers of the universe, and to prepare for the arrival of people who resonate with your energy. Trust the journey and have faith that the right souls will come into your life when the time is right. When they do, the bonds you create will be more meaningful and powerful than you could ever imagine. So, remain true to your path, embrace this phase, and remember that solitude is a preparation for something greater. If this message touches your spirit, consider subscribing and tapping the notification bell. Together, we continue the journey towards spiritual growth, authentic connections, and alignment with your true calling. Emotional scars from the past often create invisible barriers that make it challenging for chosen ones to build close connections and meaningful friendships. The profound traumas they've endured can lead to mistrust and defensiveness, not because they lack a desire for connection, but because painful experiences have conditioned them to protect themselves. The more they've been hurt, the more guarded they become, often retreating into solitude as a means of self-preservation. Solitude, while offering a sanctuary for healing and self-reflection, can also strengthen the belief that isolation is safer than risking further emotional pain. Although highly spiritual, chosen ones possess heightened sensitivity to others' energies, which makes them cautious about letting people into their lives. These protective barriers, however, can eventually turn into walls that confine them, making true connection seem unattainable. To break free from this cycle, it's essential to understand that the power to heal and grow is within them. Past wounds do not dictate the future, and while these traumas have shaped their journey, chosen ones have the ability to rebuild trust. It's about finding a delicate balance between safeguarding their energy and opening up to those who align with their spiritual path. True healing begins when they embrace vulnerability, understanding that not everyone poses a threat. By gradually dismantling these protective walls, they can open themselves to the love and connection they truly deserve, while staying aligned with their spiritual journey. If this message resonates with you, and you believe in the transformative power of healing past wounds, comment, "I agree" below. Let's unite and support one another as we work towards breaking down barriers and embracing deeper, more meaningful connections. Your insights and experiences are valuable. Share them with us. For those who are spiritually called, solitude serves a profound and transformative purpose. If you've noticed that friendships or relationships seem fleeting or don't align, it's because you are being prepared for something far greater. This period of isolation isn't a sign that anything is wrong with you. Instead, it's a sacred phase of spiritual alignment. As someone chosen for a higher mission, you need this time to concentrate on harmonizing your energy with your true purpose. Without the distractions of external connections, you can deeply explore your inner self, clarify your path, and build the resilience and clarity essential for the next stage of your journey. The absence of relationships is not a failure but a divine arrangement. When the right people enter your life, they will resonate with your higher frequency and walk beside you in harmony. Rumi's wisdom, "The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear," perfectly reflects this transformative process. In silence, you can truly connect with your inner guidance and realign with the energy that empowers your purpose. This solitude offers an opportunity to focus on your growth, free from external influences. Ask yourself, how can I use this time to strengthen my energy and align with my higher self? Let this question steer you through moments of uncertainty and open your eyes to the bigger picture. If this message speaks to you, you're embracing the deep wisdom found in solitude and spiritual evolution. Affirm your journey by commenting below with "I embrace my journey" and commit to aligning with your higher purpose. Stay tuned, as more empowering insights are on the way. It can be overwhelming to feel like you're walking a solitary path, as if no one is truly there when you need support. People often perceive you as strong, independent, and capable, to the point where they assume you have everything under control and don't need any help. This perception creates a deep sense of loneliness, even when you're surrounded by others. You may be the one people turn to for guidance and wisdom, but it's easy to feel like the care and support you offer aren't reciprocated. Part of spiritual growth is learning how to open yourself up to receiving. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's an act of strength and self-awareness. Allowing vulnerability can foster deeper connections and encourage personal growth. Life isn't meant to be a one-sided exchange. Constantly giving without receiving leads to burnout, and your spiritual journey may start feeling like a burden rather than the gift it truly is. It's essential to surround yourself with people who align with your energy and create space for mutual support. Remember, your strength lies not just in what you offer others, but also in your ability to accept help when you need it. Embracing this balance allows you to find that even as a chosen one, you don't have to walk this path alone. Have you ever felt like you're always there for others, but struggle to receive support yourself? Share your experience. Do you find it difficult to ask for help? Comment yes if you agree, no if you don't, or sometimes if it depends. Let's discuss how we can balance giving and receiving in our spiritual journeys. Chosen ones walk a higher spiritual path, and not everyone is meant to accompany them on this journey. Being alone becomes a necessary part of their evolution, allowing for personal growth and transformation. As they elevate spiritually, patience becomes essential, as only connections that truly resonate with their soul's energy and purpose can enter their lives. Rather than settling for relationships that don't align with who they are becoming, they wait for authentic bonds that match their spiritual level. This waiting phase, while challenging, is crucial. It provides space for chosen ones to deepen their self-awareness, fortify their inner strength, and prepare for relationships that uplift and empower them rather than hinder their progress. Solitude isn't about feeling lonely. It's about trusting that the right people will arrive at the perfect time. It's a lesson in patience and faith in the journey. When the right connections finally manifest, they'll prove to be more valuable and enriching than anything they could have settled for. Remember, chosen ones are meant to stand out, not fit in, and the relationships they seek must mirror their growth and higher purpose. If this resonates with you and you're committed to honoring your spiritual path, comment "I'm aligned" below. Your engagement supports us in creating content that speaks to your journey. As we conclude today's video on spiritual wisdom, remember that if you feel isolated or find it challenging to maintain friendships or relationships, it's not a reflection of your worth. Instead, it's a sign of your spiritual journey as a chosen one, destined for a higher purpose. Embrace this solitude as a powerful tool for self-discovery, growth, and spiritual alignment. It's a period meant for transformation, preparing you for the deep, authentic connections that truly resonate with your soul. Are you ready to turn solitude into strength and rise into your true power? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. Let's create a supportive community where we uplift and inspire each other. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on your spiritual journey. And together, let's continue growing toward happiness and fulfillment.